How's it, folks? The summer update has just arrived for Dying Light 2, and other than the pretty slim patch notes, which I'll just drop in the comments down below, there are two new sort of events going on. The first one is a crossover event with Balatro, and the second one is a weekly event featuring a couple of mod maps that you need to play through to complete some bounties to get some new unlocks. I'll start off with the actual Balatro. If you want to start this one, you have to find two posters. One of them will be at the bazaar. The second one will be at the fisheye. The short quest at the bazaar has you picking up a couple of cards. I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but I'll just show you where I found mine for my playthrough. There were 3 in the bazaar and then 2 outside of the bazaar. The bazaar quest should give you the outfit, dagger, and charm. And the short little quest that you start from the fisheye involves a little bit of a treasure hunt. The first clue will lead you to the big red V sign outside of the VNC tower in the garrison district. You should find the big red chest on the edge of the little pond of water area right by the V sign. The second area will take you to the metro station where you first enter the second region during the campaign by that big metro station with the big red roof. Get on top of that roof, take that little lift to the roof of the tower situated right next to the metro station, and you should find the next clue, which should lead you to right outside the PK base in the wharf area. You should find it in a sort of concrete support structure just next to where the big ship is. And then finally, you should go over to the St. Paul's Cathedral, and near the back of the cathedral, on top of one of the little arches, should be the final little treasure, which will give you your final rewards. Otherwise, there is a bit of randomization with the actual charm you'll craft on your weapon. So there are 12 different charms you can create. And if you're not happy with the one you want, you'll need to dismantle the charm and craft a different one on your weapon. These are the 12 different charms you could craft. There's Bite the Dust that gives a random elemental effect, Volatile Joker, which gives an all-round damage boost, Hero of Haran, which gives a damage resistance increase, Gross Michelle gives a weapon damage increase, Open Armory gives weapons with open slots will receive random mods, and then Kenyo, if you dismantle weapons, you'll get a damage boost, Mr. Bones grants invincibility, Space Joker gives a damage increase and a weapon level up chance, Charge gives a frontal attack invincibility, plus you take double damage from behind. Joker Stencil, for every empty weapon slot, you'll get a damage increase. Ice Cream, every time you hit an enemy, you could get a crafting component. And then finally, the Beast, 1-hit kill on non-boss enemies. You can also get a streak going, depending on how many enemies you end up killing with the charm affected, which should boost the actual charm. And with that, I'll move on to the little mod event festival thing, where if you head on over to your Pilgrim's Outpost, go under the events tab, it will show you the UGC Fest. And you're going to have to accept each of the bounties and then complete them in the specific map that they tell you to. So it's either going to be in the Lunar Heist, the LFG, or the Dying Guys map. You don't have to actually complete the map. You just have to complete the bounties to claim the different rewards. This week, you'll get a bunch of resources, a hacksaw weapon and blueprint, and a little skull for a charm. And the caller charm, basically, every time you throw your weapon, the weapon will automatically be recalled to your hand. To get these rewards, you'll need to complete the bounties before the 2nd of July. And then from the 3rd of July, you'll have to complete bounties in the Desert Fury, the Intersection, and Haran prison maps. And then from July the 10th, you'll need to complete bounties in Holy Bullets, Aiden's Nightmare, or Island Marathon. And then July the 17th to July the 23rd, which will be the final day, you'll need to complete the bounties in the Ancient Colosseum, Ruins of Hope, or the Fish Hunt maps. Reason why I'm pointing out these maps is I kept having issues actually trying to download the maps, where I could only download one map at a time before I'll need to restart the game to be able to download a second map. So if you're having issues actually downloading the maps to complete the bounties, just try closing the game and restarting it. Otherwise, it's pretty obvious that they are focusing well on to finishing up the beast before it's released in about 2 months' time. And if you happen to miss it, they did also release a little graphics update for the first Dying Light game. And with regards to the actual patch, there's nothing really major going on in this patch other than two things that caught my eye. Firstly being they fixed the issue with friends sometimes appearing offline in game, making it impossible to invite or join them, so that should be fixed now. And then for some odd reason, they've increased the default immunity time by 50%, which kind of a bit of an odd choice, seeing as you never really run low on immunity, and I already thought it was too hard to start off with. I don't think I've ever actually used the UV boosters since like the start of the game, so it's a bit strange that they've given it quite a big boost, but oh well. Otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care, and cheers for now.